Welcome home, brave heroes. I'm Ash, this is HeroQuest, and it's been a long while since we've ventured out to check out Etsy and the kind of homebrewed HeroQuest compatible creations that are on offer there. Some of this stuff toes the line with IP, trademark, or copyright infringement. Other things outright cross the line. And I don't support that sort of thing necessarily on the channel, but it is in the spirit of sharing community-made assets with one another that I want to explore what is here. So with that in mind, let's check this stuff out, and hopefully nobody gets in too much trouble. Some of this stuff is really, really cool, and other things are cool looking, but probably should definitely not be on this site for distribution. It's not my job to issue the DMCA takedowns, so all I'm really going to do is observe. Right out of the gate, we are looking at a HeroQuest neoprene mat. This is branded, so probably not allowed as it is here. But what we are looking at is a high definition 4K rollable neoprene mat, kind of like the one that I got from Beautiful Dungeon Mats. Thank you again, Ian Shelford, for your kind contribution to the channel and my game table. This is a 2mm. I don't know. I think that's the same thickness actually as the one that I got. So you could probably expect that to be the same quality. It is based on Mound of the Beastmen, which was a fan-made expansion that came out before the 2021 version of HeroQuest. So when I play that expansion, I would prefer to play it on a board that is sized for the classic game. This is sized apparently for the newer game because it looks like the newer miniatures sit comfortably in the squares, and that makes me think that the squares are 1 inch square. But this does have a stitched edge, which actually my mat does not have, so that's interesting. It is more like a giant mouse pad, huh? I wonder if the squares really are compatible with the classic game. If I could have one more mat, it would be one based on the Mound of the Beastmen, and it would be the classic size, about 15/16 of an inch. That's what those classic tiles are. And while it doesn't really make a big difference if you're just laying down one tile, you know, you've got like a barely 1/16 of an inch all around, or a 32nd of an inch all around, with the board tile showing underneath the cardboard tile. It doesn't make any sort of difference with the miniatures. It barely makes a difference with the doors. What it does make a difference with are the larger room tiles, and anywhere where the tiles might kind of, over time, that difference starts to build up, you know, if they're sequential. Things like stairs, stuff like that is difficult to put on the newer HeroQuest boards. If anybody was wondering about the differences in board sizes, that's the issues you'll face at some point. HeroQuest neoprene mat. I do like it though. I do like it very much. I wouldn't mind having this. I would very much like to have this. This is from Top Play Mats. Moving on, this is from Mountain View 3D. These are HeroQuest named characters, custom prints for 2021. Looks like 3D prints that are compatible with your 2021 HeroQuest. You get a bunch of gray, shamefully gray plastic, and then it's up to you to sub these in whenever you're playing a quest that has one of these named characters. Might have the names of these characters in the description, but I can tell you now that the guy on the very left is the Witch Lord, followed by Morcar, which this would be Zargon, but the appearance is definitely based on an artist rendition of Morcar in a HeroQuest comic that was included with the Marvel Winter Special. I have that comic. I actually really like this design because it's vague. It doesn't show you the finer details of who this really is. But Morcar / Zargon there on the left in front. We have a Chaos Warrior, who I would think is not super important, just a boss. And then we have 2 renditions of Sir Ragnar. We have his prisoner form. Very good sculpt, a very, very good alternate sculpt. And then we have his full-on knight form, which you won't ever see in the base game campaign. Perhaps you could use these, though, for, well, 1, for the rescue of Sir Ragnar, and then 2, for the Rise of the Dreadmoon. It'd be really cool to have this as your representation of Ragnar, with the fully grown-out beard and looking all healthy and hale, decked out. Yeah. We've got Grak, the Orc Shaman. We have Baylor, the Fire Wizard. That's the one in the center of the screen now holding the staff, not what my cursor's over. The one that my cursor over is the Zombie Wizard. That is Carlin. Carlin, the Zombie Wizard. We have Mentor, who has posed dramatically just as he is on the cover of the game screen. And then we have Ulog, the Orc Chieftain, the Orc Warlord. All of these awesome named characters. And then you've got some comparison images so you can see how they'll look next to your 2021 edition. The bases could be a little taller, that's for sure. The bases could absolutely be taller. Other than that, they're also textured. I don't know if that would bother anybody. They are very textury detailed with cobblestone. Doesn't look like you have any options. You just get the entire line of miniatures and it's $45 USD. Next item. Duh, translucent dice. I don't even think these have different face distributions. They're just an outright copy. Here's something that I really love. I support this 100%. These are walls. They're game agnostic. You could use these in any game, but these are very much able to be used as HeroQuest walls. You can use these as walls instead of the tiles that represent the walls with your game. Oh, that's just nice. They look so good. They look so good. They are ripe for painting too. If you're into that sort of thing and you can paint these. Yes, you have your single wall, your double wall, and your rubble tiles represented here by walls. Love the skull, love the chain, the rock, the bricks, the plate. Love all that. Love that. That's $4 plus. You can get the bundle, all 3 pieces, for $13 USD. You can also get a pack of 4, which would end up being $50. I don't know if that would exactly replace one-to-one what comes with your game system. I know as you continue to get expansions, you get more of these walls, and you end up needing more and more and more. So I don't know. You may need to buy 3 packs of 4 for like 150 USD. But at that point, I'd probably think about just printing off an option myself. All right, I really wanted to look at this. This is the HQ Mythic Tier Druid Dwarf Knight Orc Bard Dragon. This is by Minis 3D, and I know a lot of you know who Minis 3D are already. These are variants, just in case you missed out on any of the exclusive content. You can check this stuff out. And I gotta say, a lot of the Minis 3D sculpts, I don't necessarily want to replace any of the sculpts that I have, but they do a really good job with proxies and subbing in for things that are exclusive. They do a really good service for letting you have an alternative when you couldn't get your hands on the original. There's nothing wrong with making a knight like this. This here, this is not the HeroQuest property. That sort of thing may be inferred, it may be implied. The customer may absolutely see the similarities and use this because it meshes perfectly. But it's safe. It's safe, and I can support that sort of behavior on the channel. I love this design, though, by the way. This is an awesome knight lady. She is so cool. The knight guy over here as well. I actually like Avalon Hill's knight better than this one, but he's cool. He's cool. The dragon is badass. I'm not a fan of Joe Mangojello's dragon. I think that it it's very static. It's very, hey, I'm actually a statue. It has this sort of vibe. Yes, I'm critiquing it. It's lovely to have a dragon in HeroQuest. It has so much potential to be so much more badass. This is that badass dragon. This is a dragon that your heroes are actually going to feel is going to fight them. It's not an overgrown lizard. It is a beast. Mad props for representing the warlock halfling. She is super cute here. I love this miniature. I would absolutely go out of my way to acquire this miniature. I'd love to have this version of the warlock. The Minis 3D warlock is just adorable. I love it. The orc bard. This is a good variant because he looks angry. He's actually playing his lute, which is a good decision. He's not playing his lute in the original Mythic tier stuff. It's just missed opportunity for sure. And I'm sure a lot of people would prefer to have an angrier looking orc, an orc that's a little bit more ready for battle. This orc's also dressed a little bit more like a bard, which I can appreciate. Now, the druid. This is a druid that I would use in the classic game. She looks like she belongs in the classic HeroQuest, and I may be thinking that because of the armor choice. The coverage here looks like a 90s theme of coverage for a heroine. You get her bear form as well, the druid's bear form. You do not get a demon form for the warlock, which I think is too bad. But you know, it's okay. This is too much. I'm gonna place an order for this right now. Or at least I will once I can get a few more things added to my cart. If you've ever heard about the Evil Wizard deck or the Zargon deck, or maybe it's even called the Morcar deck in places, this would be it. This is the Chaos Event deck. This is the deck of cards that was created to be used whenever you have a bunch of heroes on the board in the middle of a game of HeroQuest, but no monsters, when there are no monsters in sight. And then what is Zargon to do but sit there and twiddle their thumbs, or perhaps Morcar, depending on the version that you're playing? Well, these are appropriately sized for the EU edition of HeroQuest card that you can get to give your heroes a little bit more excitement. They crave excitement. They are very bored going through the halls with no monsters to fight, with no traps to search for. You can provide that luxury to them, and you don't even have to charge them. It's a right and privilege of every Zargon to be able to get these cards and utilize them. I don't see a US size, and so this card size is going to be quite different from that of the 2021 edition, but I really like having all of these cards. I actually placed an order for these, and I should be getting them hopefully soon. HeroQuest dice tray. This is from Beholder IT. It looks really nice. Simple, straightforward. I really like it. I love the graphics around the HQ logo. This is presented in the classic style. 25mm traps. This is from LB Studios on Etsy, or IB Studios on Etsy, sorry. Each one of these represents a different trap style, and they're compatible with HeroQuest, but these actually don't outright necessarily replace all of the traps one-to-one. You have a lot of different options for traps here. They all look really, really cool. They're all very clearly presented in these sized tiles, three-dimensional. They look really nice. I really like them. Here's one of them, the pressure plate and firing of spikes out from the wall. That is awesome. That is really, really cool. You know exactly what's happening. Once your hero steps onto the trapped tile, which is unmarked and unbeknownst to them because they forgot to search the room for traps, you can set down this pressure plate underneath them and set this up, and then you'll know exactly what happened. And then, you know, roll for damage. Roll for damage. We have an acid pool. We have a drained pool. I love that. Dart trap, spike trap. This spike trap has been used. Oh my god. Acid pool, pit trap. Oh, it's not a drain. It drained trap. It's a pit trap. Something called the doubliette. That almost looks like it could open up, like the hinge is there. I wonder if there is a variant where it does work, or if this does work. It doesn't look like it would work. It looks like it's all together, but I love how it's actually separated, as though it could be flipped open. The mechanical lever. The lightning bolt. Oh, it's just a literal lightning bolt trap. That's cool. That's neat. The fireball. Okay, sure. The gas trap. This one's a little bit vague looking, but I could tell that it was a gas trap. This one is begging you to paint it, is what's happening here. Paint these little things on the ground, make them very distinct from the ground, but also from the gas cloud above, and then paint to your heart's content this gas cloud. Really cool stuff. Love that. Love the price too. All right, this is Ramingo 3D. These are stones and scree tiles, blocked square tiles. There are 10 of them. 8 of them are the single and 2 doubles. I actually got one of these with an order that I placed through Minis 3D as a free gift. It was really nice of them to include them, but I really like these. I love them. You can see that they are sized for use with the classic HeroQuest board. So it looks like they might be a little bit bigger. Nah, maybe not. Actually, the picture shows that they rest perfectly within these tiles. They are just right for that. This would be the way to go if you're, let's see, are we in the US? I don't think in the US, but it's free delivery on orders over 35 USD or 35 euros. Awesome. What else do you have? Ooh, modular dungeon walls. Yes, a set of 50, 28 millimeter, mainly for Dungeons and Dragons, but at 51 USD. That's at the very least, I'd place these around the edges of my HeroQuest board. You can't necessarily go all the way with just 50 of them. You're gonna need a lot. So, I mean, order a ton. Yeah, this caught my eye. 1450 USD for a HeroQuest compatible LED light up fireplace. That is nice. That is super nice. One could complain that the light's not low enough, should be on the fire. But I mean, this is nice. This is really nice. Look at that. It really has a lovely look to it. This would just stand out on your board. Looks like that's quite customizable. Easily access and hide the LED in the back of the fireplace. So, that's really, really nice. That's lovely. You could possibly customize the color of the flame too if you were savvy enough to replace the LED. Wouldn't be a huge deal, I wouldn't think. That is from, again, Ib Studios on Etsy. This is from Funny Monkey Things. This is a set of 4 control trays for the HeroQuest. A compatible character sheet, the English. So this is laser cut. It looks like cardstock rather than wood. That's interesting, but I like it. I do like it. Looks like it's pressed together so that you can have a very fancy looking, reusable, no need to worry about running out of your character sheets because this will accept regular paper. That's a really nice presentation. That is a really, really nice presentation. I love that. And you can set your body points and mind points with these lovely spinners. Nice job. The more I play HeroQuest, the more I get slightly frustrated with the game screen, and this seems to be the exact thing that I need. This is a set of supports that you can use with your game screen, so it'll actually stay open, it'll actually stay upright. That's a great idea. Actually, very necessary. This is also from Remingo 3D. I would love to have those. That was just page 1. We have several pages to go. We're not going to look at all of the pages. We might have to just postpone that and let you get through here and check all this stuff out. HeroQuest shop is offering powered up dice. These are the different distribution faced dice, and actually they have completely new symbols on them representing multiple attacks per die face, and they are based on the orange dice that are specified for use with Mound of the Beastmen, which is, again, the classic designed expansion made by a fan, I believe, originating from Italy, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I'm correct. If it's not Italy, it's France, but it's one of the two. And yeah, I love these different distribution dies for sure. You can get the pink as well. These are based on the purple set, because for anybody who doesn't know, or those who forgot, we had a set of German HeroQuest dice. They were homemade from a person in Germany who made, I think, 5 or 6 different colors and assigned each set of dice with its own unique set of faces, its own unique distribution. So on some of these dice sets, you'll have more skulls. You'll have 4 skulls instead of the typical 3, so you have more chances of rolling a skull. However, that comes with the trade-off of losing a white shield. So it's up to you to figure out how to use these for homebrew. The Mound of the Beastmen uses the orange set to great effect, but these other colors also were out there and not necessarily being used for anything, but it's lovely to see them being reproduced here. Pink or purple and orange, although the colors that you're getting here it looks like more of a pink and yellow. But love that. Absolutely love that. Trying really hard to make my own. These are modeled after the classic dice, which I really like as well. They're made from wood, and I've actually rolled dice from this seller. They feel great. They feel great. They look great. They're very colorful. They just pop. All right, that's enough of that. Guys, please let me know what you thought of our adventure on Etsy today, and if you would like me to do more of these. If you are somebody who would like to send me product, then I will gladly, graciously accept and review it right here on the channel. That is not necessarily to shill just to get free stuff, but there have been people who have asked, so I want to let you know that is something that I do. So as always, Brave Heroes, thank you very much for joining me today. Comment anything you like down below, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, onward. Oh, hello, ladies.